enemy remaining.
Oh. Just you and him.
Clutch.
Oh!
Okay.
Attackers win.
If only there was something like a path we could be driving on right now. If only.
If only.
Oh, it's down. This goes down.
Ow!
We're fine. Don't worry about
Why would you throw something at me, Sydney?
it. Thanks to my expert driving ability. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh my, there is no way. Look at how I've managed to do what? Absolutely perfectly.
Where's your
perfectly
excuse
skyward.
now?
I mean, do you think anyone else could manage to crash the golf cart in such a way that it's ready to drive straight into heaven? Don't worry, just doing the
Talk to him.
You will fear my fury, squirrel.
The squirrel lunges at your foot and bites it.
Ah!
Kick the square. Kick the square. Hang on. You can get a bonus. Yes. Kick the square. Kick the square. Kick the square.
Fear me!
You claim victory over the squirrel, though you're not sure why you were fighting to begin with.
Hey, happy.
Oh no!
Oh. Lovely.
Not only was it human, but it was rotten human.
Okay, you cannot say that it being human had anything to do with your distaste for it. You make soup literally out of an entire dude.
Fair enough.
One time I throw egg at someone's face and it hatched into a chicken.
Chicken
Nice.
a haven.
I'm protecting all the chickens. Come on, chicken. Let's go.
Oh, are you the chicken mom? Like the mother
I'm the-
hen?
We're gonna have a
I am the
war.
mother hen. My whole streaming and Discord is based. It's called the Kazakoop, and I'm like the
Oh,
mother
yeah.
chicken.
I'm so sorry, Yasmin. I didn't mean to.
Kind of
Thank
shit
you.
is this?
This
How do I
is yet
finish
another
the yikes
people.
moment? Oh.
I got 5.
I got 4 this time.
Oh, then what? You are
Okay,
dead. You are now on my shit list. I'm shitting in your fucking bowl next time.
Okay, that was totally worth it.
I am going
Now
to
I've
shit
got,
in
like-
your boots.
I hate my life.
I think they're addressing me. When
Oh?
the superior says meat, I feel like I'm like when someone calls you fish in prison.
Okay, I'm gonna do something risky. Never mind.
Cool. I killed him. I wonder.
Okay, now that we're not panicking. Hello, people who came in.
Ah!
Ouch. Why?
Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't think it would blow me up. I didn't even know it would blow you up. I thought we were far enough away. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
X build. It's exclamation mark SO and then their username.
I'm gonna come look at you.
No, don't look at me.
I'm gonna look at
No.
you. I'm too short. I can't do it.
Just move your mouse down.
It doesn't. I'm too short.
Crouch. Oh wait, no, that doesn't work either.
Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Peekaboo.
Nothing here. I don't see So Young either. Anything in here? Oh God! Ah! Oh my God! Ah!
You okay, bro? You
No,
getting ambushed again?
yeah, I got ambushed by like 5 guys. And I'm not talking about the restaurant.
I was about to start screaming about the restaurant. Ain't no way he caught me up. Ain't no way he already knew. Ain't no way. That's a ball. Get my house. Get double screwed, kid.
Oh
God! Oh! Oh! Be gone!
Would it be improper to make a joke about asking you for this dance?
Dance, 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 dance. Salutations, everyone! My name is Big Dog Gaming, and I am joined here today with...
It's a bunny.
I'm joined here today with the amazing, beautiful, scrumptious bunny.
Scrumptious.
Scrumptious.
I'm not scrumptious.
And, so, this is the really cool thing. Up here, this isn't a PNG. No, it's an actual model. You wanna grow bigger and, show 'em?
I'm moving shit around my computer. 1 second.
Okay.
Let me stand up for this. Let me stand up for the. There we go. Now I'm in your lap.
Is a cute bunny.
It's a cute little bunny.
I've been hit.
Oh no.
Arr.
My poor baby.
Also, I don't
think I got that jump scare. So you can just I think it might be because it's I don't have it set up correctly on just chatting.
Note to self: jump scare don't work on just chatting. It's your safe place. Ba, 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 ba.
All right.
Oh, we're being summoned back.
Yeah, okay. Can you drag us in?
I can't drag us. I don't have that power.
No, I'm telling Mama. Mama, drag us in.
Mama, drag us in.
Beat me up, Scotty. Also,
They return.
hello, Mama. Hello, Mini Snowy. And hello, Mini Snowy on YouTube.
Top
of the.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, just making sure you know, because sometimes you don't know.
I know. I have the thing on the thing.
Okay.
You're gonna have to move over.
I don't want to move over.
Actually, hold on.
I could shrink. It's okay. There we go. Now I'm in your lap.
1 minute.
I'm ready. I don't know about
Less than a minute.
Yeah.
Digitech isn't working.
You gotta be on time. You promised.
Several
time. I'm
seconds.
waiting for you to do the thing. I just need to fix something.
Okay.
It is. It's
Just let
live.
me
It's
know.
streaming. It's good.
Okay.
All right.
Can I do?
I did it
can we
again.
do the
Where's
intro?
my star?
Do the intro. Take it away,
All right,
Peggy.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Grim Hollow Lairs of Atharis. Today we are in Cantreum, but let's go ahead and give a little bit of a recap. So the last time the party finished off the rest of the cultists except for one who happened to disappear further into the forest. You'll more than likely find out about that later. Jelly decided to take on the clothes of one of the cultists, presumably to use it as a disguise. And even though the carriage owner was killed, Yeblek was able to rely on the power of friendship to get the party to the city of Cantreum. Upon arriving at the city of Cantreum, the party stopped at the Bustling Breeze Inn and were greeted by the innkeeper Lyra. Varus hands over about 18 gold to Yeblek, who pays for 3 nights and information on the cult that they are after. Lyra informs the party to check out the Temple of Ulmir, the Mages Guild, the Hunters Guild, and the Military Hall in particular, as they might have a little more information as to the goings-on of the cult. Now, Jelly, he also had a nice conversation with an older elf named Elduin, who explained that the Plasmoid race entered Atharis about 200 to 300 years ago and pretty much pointed him right out, which threw him a little bit off. After that, Jelly turned into Yeblek and both spoke with an elf named Killiman, who asked the party to keep an eye out for his friend Samson, who happened to join the cultists. And you also found out that the cult's name, presumably, is the Eye of Light. And while the rest of the party went off to investigate the different various parts of the city, Yeblek stayed at the inn with Toast. Yeblek was able to find out that the general area of the cult lies to the southeast of the city and may be held up in an old temple dedicated to a goddess of light. Wasn't quite sure on what the name was, though. After that, Yeblek and Toast headed off to the Temple of Ilmir, and they're also greeted with Roman, and that is where we are now.
Okay.
So,
really quickly before we do anything, let me disconnect and reconnect and see if that fixes it. It fixed it. We're good.
All right. Beautiful. All right. So, who do we want to start with today?
Oh, there's multiple of me, baby.
I know, I can't do anything about that.
Oh, I'm the better self. It's fine. I'm the
Start
true
with
me.
Auroric and Varus. I feel like they're the quietest of the bunch.
All right, we'll start with Auroric and Varus.
Alrighty.
And they are at the Mages Guild. Let me go ahead and we will slap on over to there. It is a larger map, so you might have to scroll in a little bit. All right. So, Varus and Auroric. You enter what is presumably the Cantrium Mages Guild. As you are walking through the corridors, you're greeted by an elf named Chris Rayleigh, who asks you in a fairly pleasant tone, what brings you to the guild today?
We are looking for some information.
And what information are you looking for?
We've heard rumors that there have been some disappearances around, presumably related to the nearby cult. And also that there may be somebody raising people from the dead.
Oh, very heavy charge indeed, if it is true. Well, I don't know too much. You can come with me further into the guild and we can figure out what may be going on.
Alrighty.
All right, and Chris Rayleigh leads you further in. Basically, as you come around, they state, here is the general courtyard. As you can see, we have Eladrin from all 4 major parts. We have spring, summer, fall, and winter. And we all practice the magical arts together in harmony. Further down, you'll find basically everything that a mage could need to work on projects, develop spells, and collaborate with others. Feel free, this is an open area, so you can feel free to ask whoever you need. I would honestly start here in the courtyard. One of these fine mages might have more information. But if you'll excuse me, I was on my way.
Thank you for the assistance.
Chris Rayleigh trails off, presumably to do whatever she was going to do. The time is yours.
Well, I will
have no
go ahead
idea
and
what she said. He said, it said.
Oh, we've got the ability to ask around here, so I guess I'll start with these two.
I'll just stand here and look intimidated.
The higher charisma character being the backup support is very funny.
I love it. I love it. So who do you approach first?
Let's go with Amra? Is that how you'd say that?
Amra. Yes, Amra. So the Autumn Eladrin Amra, as you begin to approach, turns to you with a bit of fire and water in one hand. Says, "Oh, hello. How can I help you? Give me 1 second." She combines the two into basically just floating water, and normally you would think, fire, water, steam, but in this case, you see flames just dancing around outside of the water, and she lets it fall back into the fountain. Yes. Oh, how can I help you, gentlemen?
We're part of a adventuring group, and we're looking to see if we can find any information about the cult that is nearby.
Oh, you'll have to be a little more specific. What cult are you thinking of? There have been known to be several among the lands, I'm sure.
And suddenly I can no longer remember what we literally just recapped of the cult name.
Eye of Light or something?
Oh yeah,
Eye
I
of
have like
Light.
yeah. I believe it
You're
would.
the eye. Oh yes, the Eye of Light. So there's not a whole lot of information I have other than they did pop up rather recently. They have been spotted. Their members, their recruiters. They've been spotted around the city here and there. Usually in like we don't really have like horror destitute areas, but in the areas that require less scholarly intelligence, let's put it this way. People who might be a little more ideal to listen to their emotions rather than logic. But they have been coming along lately. They don't seem too bad, though. From what I've heard, they really just see some sort of deity as like a light being, and somebody was brought back to life. I did overhear a group of them talking about the cathedral or a temple of some sort about southeast of the city here. But
How far?
aside from that, I don't have too much else.
How far? Southeast?
I don't have the specifics. So they just said about southeast, and that it was at a temple.
So as a mage in this area with this cult popping up that serves a deity of light that's bringing people back to life, have you shown any interest or investigated any of it?
Personally, me, no. However, I do know of one particular mage in this particular guild. They go by the name of Oberon. They're a little more keen to scrying, so you might want to try them. I believe the last I saw, they were just they were somewhere further down into the guild, but they're probably wandering around if you want to go find them.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Of course. And she turns to go back to her magic spells.
All right. So I guess we're heading deeper in.
Group of mages, the dark magic's being used, and only one person shows interest. This has got to be some. I don't know how much we can trust these people.
Yeah. Some people prefer to stay in their own lane.
And with that, we're gonna cut over to our next group.
Alrighty.
All right. So we either have Hazel and Rune, or Sarantha and Jelly, or Yeblek, Rowan, and Toast.
Roll for it.
It's a D3. There's no such thing as a D3.
Hey,
all right.
You'll get an order. You'll get an order. Roll,
Yeah, that's fair. All right. I'm just gonna roll a D4. 4 counts as 0.
4 is back to Demon and Loom.
Bet.
All right. It's gonna be Hazel and Rune. You're
Oh
next.
God, okay.
Hunter's Guild.
I knew it.
Well, I rolled the dice, and the dice gods have spoken. So some of these maps will look vaguely familiar, but there are
feel like
differences.
I've been here before.
There are absolute differences if you
Ah.
actually pay attention. Jeez.
Yeah.
It would make
uh-huh.
sense though that cities look similar in certain aspects. So
Yeah.
thank you.
I got tired of making
Spot the
blueprints.
differences. That's right. The mini game is to spot the differences.
Yeah, there's a broken sword.
All right. Hazel and Rune, you are off to the Hunters Guild. As you make your way through the entrance, you're greeted by a fall and a winter Eladrin. They introduce themselves as Lilith and Evandal. They say, "Welcome, welcome. Are you here to join the guild? We can always use fine hunters."
No, we're just here for looking for some people.
Looking for whom? We might be able to track them down for you.
It's more of a group. We're in search of a cult.
Lilith and Evandal, their mouths closed, their eyes narrow, and they look at each other a little bit. Cult, you say? Which cult are we talking about?
There's more
Can I
than
get a little
one?
closer. Oh, there's always cults popping up, but are you talking about one in particular?
How many cults are stealing your people?
I can't really say. To be fair, religions and cults pop up all the time, especially in this world.
The name of the cult
but-
is out of my brain. What was it called?
Something about an eyeball? I don't know. I don't remember.
An eyeball. Eye of Light? Is that what you're talking about?
Something like that. Eye of light, shining eye, beaming light, and something.
No, it's too late for juice box. Sorry.
But I wanted the juice box.
But I want the juice box.
Can I have a juice box?
No, we
No
don't have
juice box
juice
for
boxes.
anybody.
Aww.
Focus. Focus.
Can we pick up
You
some
can have
next time
water.
we go to... I have water! It's unflavored!
We have
It's boring.
All right.
Can
Back
we
to
pick up
focus.
some juice boxes
All right.
at the store?
No.
Bang. Focus. 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. Eyes of light.
Have you heard of this cult?
So Lilith looks at you, and I don't know why my music keeps stopping, but okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try this one more time. There we go. So Lilith looks directly into your eyes, Rune, and says, "Why, yes, I have. I have tried to tell Evandal here that, well, yes, it does seem a bit quirky, but it also seems a bit interesting. We've had a few, or we've come across a few of the members of what you would call a cult, but we call them the Eye of Light. They are a religion in these parts."
Yeah, I do not mean to insult it. I find it quite fascinating as well. It's just what most people would call it, so that's what I say, just to kind of please others' ears.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. I mean, if you have an open mind, feel free to come on in, and we can have a chat. I'll
I know
tell
how
you
to
what I
work these
know.
bitches.
Rune, you can't say that to them.
Oh, what was that, dear?
Nothing. Just a frog in my throat. I've been dealing with a morning cold all day.
Roll me a deception check to see if you actually throw her off.
Let's see, deception.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Damn, my eyes are not working.
Deception is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth one down in the skills.
Oh, I see it.
So
That's a nat
Lilith?
1.
No!
So Lilith looks at you, knowing you're lying. She just kind of smiles and says, "This way."
Insulting me! That's
Uh,
fucking racist!
so Lilith tells Evandal to stay near the entrance to guide others into the guild as she leads you two into the courtyard.
Oh. Not
It says,
even
"This
bat an
way."
eye at my
Oh,
outburst.
she chose to ignore it.
It's fine. It's fine.
This way, as she leads you on down into a more secluded area of the guild where she can chat with both of you. Are you just gonna sit there, Hazel? Or are you gonna
hold
come
on.
to the table?
Come to the table, babe. Here, you sit between us. You're more muscular than
So Lilith lowers her voice and says, "So, what would you like to know about the Eye of Light?"
So,
And she
question.
asks it to both of you.
Are we out of sight of the people above us?
Yes, so there is a wall here. I'm using my mouse, but I'm not using a pointer. There is a whole this is a whole wall, and then this is a
looks
wall.
like,
you are presumably you're out of the way.
It looks like that's some sort
those
of
are-
window. That's why I
they're
asked.
not windows; those are just decoration. You're good. Yeah, those
Okay.
are more decoration than anything.
Okay.
But yeah, this is like a full-on wall.
Got it. Cool.
But what would you guys like to know?
Oh God.
What is the base of this religion about? Like, I've heard many things about it, but it's all in the negative. I would like to hear it more from someone who has more of a positive side towards it, who's not biased on the negative.
Lilith smiles, and while still whispering, she says, "Excellent. So, what I can tell you is that there is a man or elf named Delarion. He was brought back to life by the gods themselves. And as far as we're aware, this is not something that happens very often. But it got us so when Alarion was brought back, they were told to gather more followers because something is happening on this plane. And I know we can all start to feel it. Something dark is growing. Something dark is growing. And it's best that we stick to the light. I personally haven't been to the temple yet, but I do know it's only about a day's ride from here. If you and your quieter companion, now here, would like to, I can lead you there, maybe on the morrow.
That would be fascinating. We do have other companions, as if you'd be willing to bring them along too. They are quite a little more close-minded than I, but they follow in silence as well. We are more of observers, trying to gain knowledge on other special religions.
Yeah, I don't really like the dark. I can't see in the dark.
As I
Oh.
said, they are more silent, not all in the head, if you get my drift.
Oh, that's okay. The eye welcomes all. But I mean, if it's more than just you, if you have other companions, we would love to see you. Of course, I would love to lead you to the temple. I need to go there myself soon anyway, and what better time like the present, right?
Of course. I
And
would
with
love that.
we will cut back over. Next up, we're gonna go join the Artisans Guild with Sarantha and Jelly.
Oh shit!
I'm so sorry, Bunny.
What did you do?
Kill someone.
What
Yeah,
happened?
just the whole you saying that. Oh, that you completely played those bitches, and I jokingly went up.
It's good roleplay. It's good roleplay. We're rolling with it.
Yeah.
Hope I got my nat 1 out when I did.
Oh, it's good. All right. Well, with that being said, Sarantha and Jelly, you make your way to the Artisans Guild. I actually meant for Harik to be here, not over there, but whatever.
Jelly, you do all the talking.
Got you.
Harik, a summer ladrin, approaches you. He introduces himself as Harik, says, "Welcome to the Artisans Guild, where art comes to life here. What can I do for you today?"
Ooh, his name's Harik. There's a live art in here. Got one of
Of
those
course,
paintings
art
that
is
follow you
always
guys.
alive. Less that. I do mean more culturing, friendships, as well as nature. Would you like to come in and see more?
Yes. And he holds out his hand up for a handshake.
He grabs Hart grabs your hand, and instinctually tries to pull it back after feeling somewhat this natural ooze that comes from you.
Oh, sorry. I just washed my hands.
Oh, good. Okay, well, I appreciate the good hygiene.
Thank you.
Well, if you'd like to, please follow me. We can go inside.
Yes.
So brings you in. Here's our just main courtyard. You can see it's just a place for quiet contemplation. Further in, we have where all the action happens. As he leads you into the center here, you see many potted plants and in various stages of growth, as well as different light fixtures, but all look to be like one with nature. Nothing seems to be
Ow.
really
Why would you throw something at me, Bunny?
technologically inclined. Like
so
it all
rude.
seems to just be a natural part of where you're at. You see there are multiple spring ladrin along with, several summer ladrin. You just kind of get a good feeling while you're here, and the air just kind of feels fresh. Aside from Hart comes back to it, says, aside from seeing this beautiful horticulture and art, we do have in the back a meditation circle going on right now, led by Aias, who is a fantastic instructor. But is there anything in particular that brings you to the Artisans Guild?
Oh, yes, actually, a few things. So yeah, as you can see, I'm a big fan of accessorizing, and he shows off his cloak and mask.
Yes, of course.
I was wondering if you can help me out with some of my clothing I have. And I know I don't have it on me, but I kind of disguise myself with my arm into like the cultist like sleeve. I got a hole in this. Have you seen anyone else wearing this? I have to get it repaired.
Harek's smile kind of drops for a second. Are you a member of the Eye of Light, perchance?
Nope.
I wouldn't say. Oh no, we're not.
No, we're not.
We're not. I just found this on the floor, and I'm looking for. I thought it was pretty neat looking. You wouldn't happen to have seen others with this?
Oh.
I'd love to know where it came from.
So, I don't know if you've seen them around or not, but there are cult members around, and you can look at his face. It seems almost in disgust. Like this is not something that you had seen before on Harek. Before he was completely pleasant and welcoming. Now he just looks somewhat disgusted that you would even bring up the Eye of Light. But
Technically, he brought up the name. Technically, just saying.
Yeah, true. I heard it.
He recognized the robes. That's the only reason why he brought it up.
I know, but technically, I'm saying he technically brought it up, not us. So, saying.
Yeah, I just found this on the ground. I don't know.
Redirect
what
that
this is.
negative energy.
So, Harek politely asks you to stay away if you can. He's like, if you're not a member of that group, don't try. Something's
take
off
it off.
about them.
Okay.
They seem different.
Different bad?
Different as in they give off a negative energy that most of the people in this particular guild don't really care for. We are typically more positive. Well, by most, I can't speak for everybody, but I presume if you were to ask anyone, they would say yes, they don't care for them. But
okay,
I can't presume for everybody. That's why I say most.
That's fair. That's fair. Like I said, I had no affiliation to them. I thought it was a pretty neat looking thing on the floor. Picked it up. But
yes, I would say get rid of it if you can. Honestly, if you do see them around, keep your distance. Try not to get too close. There is something off about those people.
And where do you see them mostly around? Are there specified areas they interact with?
Typically, you would find them in the more public spaces, like let's see. Presses his thumb into his chin. You could try the Great Hall. That's essentially our large, like our marketplace. Sometimes they do show up there.
Okay.
But aside from that kind of stuff, is there anything else in particular you would like from the Artisans Guilds?
Oh, yeah. Just one last thing. As you can see, this mask has a bunch of wear and tear on it. I was wondering if you specialize in any mask making?
Mask making?
Mending.
Well, of course. We have menders, we have stonemasons, we have wood workers. What kind of mask are you looking for?
The nicest one. I gotta keep my looks up.
Well, if you're looking to spend some gold, I could have my finest artisan make one for you.
This
How much
is
gold are
where
we
Kelly
talking?
gets robbed.
Well,
Right
from
about
the
them.
if it was sung from the finest trees, it would probably cost. He does some math in his head and thinks for a moment. I would say about 100 gold.
Anything?
And that is for the quality. You're paying for the quality, my good sir.
Ah, yes, of course. I know some good quality when I see it. And he kind of, and what about for like say I don't know, 10 gold,
Oh, 10 gold. I mean, that's
5 to 15
not-
range.
I mean, he thinks for a second. It's like, that's usually on the lower end for something of our quality, but he thinks for a second. Ah, I know just the person that I can refer you to. Orabel! And you see a Spring Eladrin running up, kind of disheveled looking. You can tell that he's rather young. And Hark looks to Orabel and says, "Hello, Orabel. I have a commission for you. This fine individual would like a mask created." And Orabel comes up to you and says, "A mask? Of course, of course, sir. What kind of mask would you like? Are you looking for something in particular? I mean, I can tell you right now, my skills aren't the best, but the Artisans Guild did see something in me, and I have been working for the last 3 months here.
Oh.
But what would you like? You would be my first commission."
First commission. Oh man.
An
Kind of rubs his hands together. That's great. You know what? Make me something that really what town is this again? Above table, what town is this?
Cantrium.
Cantrium. Give me something that really says Cantrium.
And Orabel just thinks for a second. Their eyes kind of shimmer and sparkle, and as they go through their thought process, they just think for a second. Of course, I've got the perfect thing that I can make for you. Now, you are going to need to give me some time. Will you be here in, let's say, 3 days? I should have it done by then.
Yeah, we paid
I
for
think so.
what 3 or 4 nights at the inn.
I think it was 3.
You did pay for 3 outside of.
Okay.
Out of your
Yeah,
house
I'll be
here.
here.
You
Not
paid for
yet.
3 nights.
My range is anywhere from, let's say, I'm just a wanderer. Let's say 5 to 20 gold.
Orabel's eyes widen. You would pay that much to me? Of course. I will get right on it, sir. You will be my top priority.
Thank you very
And
much. And he
Without
pats me on the
asking you
shoulder.
for any other details, goes back, starts drawing ideas and trying to think of a mask for you.
Nice. Sick. Oh,
Uh,
it's through the
Harvard-
gem too. I can't hear me. It's fine. It's fine.
Can't hear Yeah, he can't hear a thing he said. Hart comes
It's
back
fine.
and says, "Well, I'm glad you were able to find a good deal with Orabel. I see great potential in that Eladrin. That being said, we do require payment up front, so we can procure the materials and, of course, the labor.
He didn't give me a price.
For you, let's say 10 gold.
10 gold, I can do that. And he kind of lifts up his cloak without showing too much, and kind of plunges his hand into his chest, and kind of brings it out. Again, I just wash my hands. So
I'll say, is it slimy?
I just wash my hands, so sorry.
Hark
Washed his
opens
hands
his
with
hand.
himself.
Hark opens his hands and takes the gold, and just you can tell he's incredibly disgusted. He's like, "Yes, very well, sir. Thank you for visiting us." He turns around and places the gold on the table behind him, and just kind of shivers for a second. Now, is there anything else I can do for you today, or for you, ma'am? As he looks towards Sarantha.
Sarantha giggles. No.
All right.
One last thing.
Yes.
I see there's some more people in the area. Do they specialize in anything, or?
We all have our own specialties and talents. Again, it just depends on what you're willing to pay, and of course, the abilities of the individuals.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think I'll have a look around if you don't mind.
Of course. And with that, we will cut over to the Cantrium Temple of Ulmir.
Whoa.
Woohoo. We're special. We got a fancy place.
It's different.
Oh, let me throw.
I spotted the difference. It's the
Thing.
entire map. How many points do I get?
-3.
Yes! That's more than I got last.
There I am.
There you are. All right. So, Yeblek, Toast, and Rowan, you make your way to the Temple of Ulmir. Yeblek, give me a history check to see what you remember about Ulmir.
Okay. 14.
So with a 14, off the top of your head, you remember Ulmir to be the god of magic, intellect, and the magical arts. And revered by just about every elf and eladrin in the area. While Ulmir themselves hasn't really presented them, hasn't really been active or had any, prophets or, anybody in particular to lead their followers. The elves still raise prayers and offerings to Ulmir for all that the god has done for them in the centuries past. But as you both come through into the temple,
Thank you for the head pat. Thank you,
greeted
Bunny.
by a rather younger looking elf named Siora, who greets you reverently and asks you, how can I help you today?
Well, we are adventurers, and we're just looking for information on a cult.
Information, you say? Well, I guess it depends on what information you're looking for, but I can help you. I also might be able to point you to others who could help you as well, depending on the situation. What's going on?
Looking for any and all information on the cult called the Eye of Light. Any and all information. It's very, very important.
The Eye of Light. Yes, they have been on the topic of discussion quite a lot lately. Even here in our temple. For that particular question, I don't think I would be the expert. But if you do follow me, I can take you to the elders of the temple who might be able to answer you a little more specifically than I can.
Great. Sounds good. Let's go.
All right, and they lead you basically straight past up several flights of stairs till you get to where you see a spring, summer, fall, and winter eladrin essentially standing around talking amongst each other, some a little more loudly than others, but the air isn't tense or unpleasant. It just seems to be a lot of discussion going on. Siora kind of lifts her voice a little and says, Excuse me, we have visitors who have questions about the Eye of Light. All four Eladrin stop their discussions and turn towards Yeblek, Rowan, and Toast. Alenia, the Spring Eladrin, steps forward first and says, Who wants to know about the Eye of Light, and what information do you have for us in return?
What kind of information do you seek in return?
At this point, honestly, anything. We've seen them around in the city, calling up followers, leading them outside the gates and outside what we know. That being said, well, these leaders are within the city walls. They follow the rules. They don't really cause ruckus or trouble. We are trying to get as much information as we can as well, because even though nothing visibly seems off about these individuals, something tells me deep within my soul that something is off.
Something is definitely off.
What information could you share with us?
I feel like a lot of the information I have is similar to what you just said. The only possible other thing, though I'm sure you're aware, is that it seems where they are cultivating used to be a temple dedicated to a goddess of light.
God of light.
Goddess.
Goddess of light. God or goddess of light. Now, there have been several over centuries. And Luvan, the Winter Eladrin, speaks up, says, yes, centuries there have been various deities coming through who claim to be worshippers of the light. To be honest, I don't really care for any of them. The Summoner
why is that?
Eladrin. Oh, I prefer the dark, madam. There's a lot to be learned from both the dark and the light. Neither is good nor evil in its own right. It's how you use it.
So raising people from the dead, you stand neutrally on that.
I say, and this is Luvan, the Winter Eladrin, I would say raising the dead is still considered a taboo. I wouldn't say there is no merit, but I would say it would require further research, of which we are not prepared for. We have not looked into it enough, and from what I have seen, there has not been very many good things to come from how you put as raising the dead.
So I guess we can agree the situation probably isn't great.
And that's when Akar, the Summer Eladrin, speaks up and says, yep, you got us there. As far as things go, we want to know more. Do you have any idea about how this group came about? Do you know any of its members? Can you provide us with any information? Because we are trying to figure out so we can go to the queens of this land and let them know whether we should keep out these religious fanatics or if they should still be welcome within our walls.
That's a fair question. Well, do you think it's safe to welcome people who worship bringing people back from the dead?
They claim to be from the light. For all we know, it could be a deity that brought them back using a resurrection spell. It may not be necromancy. You hear that coming from behind the Automaladrim, Kelly. This is why we need more information before we can make a decision.
Argument's sake, let's say it wasn't a deed that brought people back. Then what?
If it was no deity, and it was truly necromancy, then they would not be welcome in these walls. In fact, we would probably see to pursue action against these individuals in this group. But again, we cannot make a rash decision.
I don't know, the decision seems pretty right in front of you. Personally.
Luvan looks at you and says, I cannot say with certainty until I have proof that this was necromancy. If you are saying that this is right in front of us, then where is your proof?
Have you gone to look for yourself? Or sent people to scout?
We have sent envoys. We have yet to hear back.
How long ago?
About a fortnight, but that is also not uncommon because we don't know exactly where they are.
Well, people seem to kind of know where they are, if you talk to the townsfolk.
They all kind of look at each other and say, well, Elenia looks back at you, says, we talk with our people. And again, we have yet to come to a decision because we don't have a definitive answer. It sounds, Akar speaks up and says, you seem to know a lot more than you're letting on. What do you know of the situation?
I don't know anything of the situation. I told you everything I know.
I want
It's
a deception check.
information I've gathered. We wouldn't be
Make
here
me a
asking
deception
for help
check.
if
I
we
was
knew
gonna-
everything.
Can Toast hop
Thank you.
onto Yubek's shoulders?
Toast can absolutely hop on,
I mean,
on
sure.
Yubek's shoulder.
I'm not opposed to it.
Can I? Toast is the talisman, so he gives you a plus D4 to your roll for an ability check.
Less. As Rowan said, if we had more information, we wouldn't be here looking for it.
I agree. However, I do think that you're not telling us the full extent of your knowledge.
I
Or
am just playing
your-
devil's advocate. You guys seem to only be looking at this from one side.
Again, I need a deception check from you.
No.
You get a +4.
That's right. That's good because my deception's 0.
Let's go.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 23.
23. All right. All right, I'll let that one slide. You don't have to tell them your history with what you know. Akar looks at you and says, well, I still don't believe everything. I still don't believe that you are telling us everything that you know I will not press the matter further, stranger. Especially because you are a stranger to us. That being said, if you do not have any more useful information, you are free to go. However, if you do come across anything, please inform us.
I gave you information you guys haven't given any.
We have told you what we know and what we do not know.
So you know as much as your town. Through the
We know
whispers
as
and
much
the
as
cracks.
through the whispers and the cracks, as you put it. Yes, we know as much as you know. Now,
As
again,
leaders, shouldn't
we
you
can
know more than that?
we can speculate as much as we'd like, but we need evidence, because there are some of us who agree that the Eye of Light should be here and be allowed, because they have not broken a law or a rule of this city. There's been no reason for us to kick them out. But there are several of us who believe that there is something nefarious about, and these are our personal opinions. But who are we to also deny our intuitions? We're all old enough here to understand that intuition is a powerful tool, but it also must be backed up with evidence. So yes, you have our knowledge and you have our speculations. Bring us more evidence so that we can make a better decision, or we will also just wait. Hopefully our scouts will find where they are hiding and give us more intel as to what's going on. Or if you happen to come across them in your adventures, let us know so we know that they're still alive. Either way, any information that you get will be rewarded.
I will keep that in mind.
And with that, all four of them turn and kind of go back to the conversations they were having before. Sierra looks at you very flushed and says, like in a hushed tone, saying, "I apologize. They haven't been this passionate in some time, but you know, it's a touchy subject. Is there anything else I can do for either of you while we're here, though? While you're here?" Do you need healing?
Do not need healing. You probably, I'm sure I could find it, but if I was to be in search of, like, let's say, a cloak, where might I find this?
If you're in search of a cloak, you could just go to the Artisans Guild. Alternatively, they also sell their wares at the Great Hall. That tends to be the kind of marketplace of the city. So, if anything, you'd be able to find something there, I'm sure.
Perfect. Thank you. You've been a great help.
Of course. And with that, we will go back to our original, I would say, couple at the Mages Guild.
Splendid.
Varus and Auroric. So we are back in the Mages Guild. You were told to go find an Eladrin named Oberon.
Yeah, they failed to mention what kind of Eladrin they were, so I guess.
Yeah. And as far as you know, they could be any one of these. How do you want to proceed? I know I give you the names, but
I don't know. I will, to avoid metagaming, I will come in here and ask, the general room here, if any of these people are.
So the one right next to you, the Summer Legend, introduces themselves as Overell. And Overell says, "Why, yes, Oberon, they are a Summer Legend like myself. And last I saw them, they were out just past where we are here to the east a little, looking at the waterfall and the river. They're probably still there."
Alrighty. Thank you for the directions.
Of course.
So we will head down that way.
And I appreciate the non-meta game mentality. Thank you.
Do they hear us walk up behind them?
So you see the one next to, you see the two Summer Eladrin. One of them perks up as they hear you coming along, but the other one's kind of deep in thought. They don't really notice you, or if they do notice you, they just don't care. One comes up and says, "Yes, how can I help you, fine gentlemen?"
We were hoping to speak to... I literally just heard his name and I forget it.
Oberon.
Oberon? Okay, Oberon. I want to say Oberon, but Oberon.
It's a fancy way of spelling Oberon, thank you. They're elves. They do everything fancy.
Yes, of course. Classic elves. Oberon.
That's right, classic elves. So the Summer Eladrin says, "Yes, Oberon." He comes down, kind of puts his hand on Oberon's shoulder and says, "Oberon, you have guests." Oberon stands up. Can I help you? I don't really notice. I don't really recall either of your faces.
We are new
Weird
here.
if you did.
Yeah, we are new here. We're hoping to ask you some questions on something that you have been particularly researching recently.
Oh, what questions would those be?
Perhaps we should speak somewhere more private.
Sure, not a problem. There is a room that we could go to that's pretty secluded away from the others. He takes you, follow me, and takes you around to essentially a sitting area, but it is a lot more secluded than the others. So what do you need to talk to me about in a more secluded environment?
One of your fellow mages informed us that you have been looking into the cult that's been active recently.
Oh, yes, the Eye of Light. So, I have been commissioned, and this is not public knowledge, but since you asked, and I don't feel a whole lot of negative energy coming off of either of you, I am looking into the Eye of Light and their intentions.
Looking. What exactly does looking mean?
And he kind of puts his hands out in front of him. If you look, he's like, "Look at the table," and he basically conjures an image. And in that image, it's kind of hazy, but like a fog, but it begins to clear, and you can see the image of one of the cultists that you had slain earlier that day. And Oberon goes, oh my. All right. Something must have happened to the one I was tracking. Do you... Well, let me put it this way. Do either of you know about the Eye of Light? Are you familiar with them? I typically use my powers of scrying to find various knickknacks for people or things that they've lost or people they've lost and I want to reconnect with. But the request to keep an eye on this group was new, and I have to be able to kind of feel and know a person's energy in order to actually track them. And I only had met this young person earlier today, this morning, in fact, as they were leaving town. But it seems that he has passed away.
Unfortunate.
Bunny, you're not new.
During your time watching this one, I guess if you just met him this morning, you probably hadn't seen too much. But have you tracked anyone else from this cult?
Not particularly. Like I said, I was only recently given this assignment, so I haven't been able to get a good tab. But I can tell you that this assignment, the reason why I was only given this assignment recently is because my higher-ups had also sent out scouts previously to look into what's going on. And when I tried to scry my brethren who were going out to scout, I could track them, but only to a distance. As soon as they got maybe 5 or 6 miles southeast of town, I could no longer track the location. Like a dampening... Something was dampening my ability to scry. And
that kind of by the fork in the path on the way to the city.
Almost, yes. A bit further down, I would say southeast, but yes, around somewhere around those paths, yes.
Isn't there an old temple or cathedral out that way?
He thinks for a minute. I'm no map maker, and I typically don't leave the city too often. Most of my skills are, like I said, just finding people and telling them, then they go and get them themselves, depending on what the situation is. So I couldn't really give you an exact answer. But I can tell you
would know. Which one of the mages here would know? Because you've all been so freaking helpful.
The math mage, of course.
Well, we do have a map. No, there are no map makers in the Mages Guild. However, one who might be a little more traveled. Oh, let me think about that for a second. Raren's traveled a bit. Can't say for sure that he would have much more information, but if you do find anything, please let me know as well, because I am curious as to what kind of magic could cause me to lose track of the person I am trying to find, or people.
What about bringing people back from the dead? Does that dark magic dampen your abilities?
When you say bringing back people from the dead, there are 2 ways to go about it that we know of. The first is uncommon, to say the least, but it's not unheard of. It's, the power of resurrection through a deity. And that has been performed many times in many situations across the centuries. The second to that would be the unwilling resurrection and the forcing of a soul back into a body for means of control. And that would be necromancy, something that anybody in this guild is sworn to never participate in.
And how would you tell the difference?
Mr. Redcrafts, thank you for the
magically speaking?
follow. Well, or not
Magically
follow. Well,
speaking,
thank you for the raid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you guys
You
doing
kinda
today?
See Oberon's eyes kind of
I'm
brighten up a
tired,
little bit
if you
because
can't
he does see himself
tell.
as a little more of a teacher. Magically speaking, he holds out a hand and creates like waves of light. So he shows you a red wave, saying, and it says that this wave, say it is
We died by ghosties.
your normal,
Rip.
it is magic as we know it. And as it goes through life, it goes through everybody, it goes through all living things, and it goes in a predictable pattern. When one is willfully resurrected by a deity, consensually, we
Phasma.
see no change in this wave. And it continues on. And when you are practiced, as we are in magic, you can
I
may not be
also
able to physically see
have
the
a little
wave, but you can
surprise. If you look
and when
down below
somebody
me,
is brought
you'll see
back
movement.
using
Oh.
necromancy.
Oh, Bunny's thumping.
You can see the wave
No, no, not the thump.
turns into
Oh
a
god, there's
line.
more thumps. I'm gonna put Bunny in air jail.
It says the wave stops.
Oh no. Come on, air jail.
Like there's no life.
There.
Like there's no pulse.
Oh, it's an angry
And
bunny.
you can feel it. But
I know you
that
played a bit
would
of
be the
Phasmo. Yeah, yeah.
And do you have to be
I played
like
it in a hot minute, but
next to the person to get this feeling?
played it before.
Or is it something that goes like widespread around where this magic was created?
So I can tell you, anybody within the bounds of this city, I would be able to tell. Outside of the city, I would have to be, let's say, within 30 meters of an individual to be able to tell how, if they were brought back and how. But it is possible. Within the city, there are spells more ancient than I am that are put in place, and they are guarded by this guild, to say the least. And not by one individual, but by us as a collective, as to avoid consolidating power into any one specific person, if that makes sense. But we would know if you were in the city or if anybody came into the city, which is why we are a little confused and we're unsure what to do with the Eye of Light, because those members of that group who have entered the city do not present. They present in a normal fashion.
We're friends on
Nobody has been
Steam.
brought back unwillingly or with necromancy and have entered this city.
Or by a deity that you would know of?
That we would know of, correct.
Is this a trait that is inherent in just mages, or is this something that you can spell onto a person for them to be able to sense
Oh.
that?
I can do it.
Bunny's shooting laser beams out of their eyes.
Hell yeah. What are we doing here then?
I
Oberon
can
looks at you.
sense the undead.
Oberon looks at you and says, "Ah, a fellow mage. It's good to see one of you outside
Yeah.
of our order. That means magic should be alive and well."
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm very busy. Full time. I got a wife. I got a dog. And I'm also trying to do
But
stuff
is there
on
anything
Twitch
I
and
can help
YouTube.
you with?
Speaking of
aside,
which,
you know, from the information that I have provided to you today.
What was that dude's name again? The one that's traveled around a bit.
I am
Reverend, we actually
also
we
currently
passed him on the way in. He was sitting at the
multi-streaming
bench,
on
one
YouTube.
of the benches in the center there.
Gotta be a little more specific.
He is a winter eladrin. My apologies. In fact, he's probably
The
the only winter
link
eladrin
to
sitting
the
there right
stream
now.
All right.
is
Enjoy
there.
your, magic tuck.
Of course, you're welcome back anytime.
I should probably go make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble. Thank you for your time.
Of course. Absolutely.
Damn freaking mages and their goddamn riddles and
Really, really funny that you talk about magic when you have magic stones.
I know.
I love it. All right, we'll finish up where you guys are with Raren, and then we'll continue on. Is there anything specific you'd like to ask Raren? Well, after introducing yourself.
So at this point, Varus is just losing his chill. Feels like he's just getting the runaround. He's just not enjoying himself. And he's
Not
like
having a good time.
he's just visibly like, I'm fucking done. So I walk around the corner and see him, and I go, "Hey, Winter Boy."
Oh, good.
You see Raren look up and then look behind him, so just in case there may have been somebody else. He takes his finger, points at me, and says, "Are you talking
Well,
to
time
me?"
to head off. I got to stream tomorrow on MC.
Varus
All right.
glances around,
Have a great rest of your
looking
night.
right at you.
Raren comes up. Sir, I don't even know who you are. What kind of attitude is that to have with somebody you've never even met?
Hey, look, I've been getting the runaround from mages all day. It's hurting my brain. I just need to know. I hear you've traveled around a little bit in this area. Where is the like broken down, run down cathedral, temple, whatever in the area that like no one goes to anymore?
I believe it would be to the southeast.
Oh, yes. He's looking at Auroric at this point. He's completely just disregarded Varus. You can tell that he's very much a dismissive person because of how you were speaking and basically saying that you're frustrated and exhausted dealing with these mages. He assumes your intellect is low and looks directly at Auroric.
And I
It
just
says-
mutter under my breath, "You're lucky I don't have a goddamn chicken."
Indeed. Now, you feline friend, if you are looking for the temple, oh, I forget her name, but it was a goddess of light that once held a temple about 6 or so miles southeast of here. If you were to go outside the city's gates, follow the fork in the right, you will find it within a day's ride. Is there anything else you need from me, or can I go back to what I was doing?
Yeah, peace out, Winter Boy.
I believe that will do it.
Good day. And he goes back. All right. Now, with that, All right, so we've covered Mages Guild, Artisans Guild, Temple of Ulmir, Hazel and Rune. Is there anything else in the Hunters Guild that you wanted to do? Because yeah, let's bring you up and we'll finish you up in case there's anything there.
I feel that like that's a hint for us to investigate some more.
So, just to recap, Lilith has just invited you and your companions, well, to personally escort you and your companions to the temple in the morning. And this is where we're at.
How long of a trip would it be? Again, was it just 1 day or 2?
Oh, I could probably get you there by nightfall.
Nightfall?
Yeah, it's about a day's ride. I mean, we can, if we take it slow, we could always just, take our time. I mean, that also kind of increases the risk of us getting attacked on the road, but there's always all unsavorables.
Hazel flexes. I
not too
fear
worried about
no road attackers.
Where she lacks in brain, she makes up for in muscle.
I flex again.
Case in
Well,
point.
I guess that's fair. And I guess you do have other members of your group as well.
Flexes the third time.
Again, it's up to you. We can take our time, and takes 2 days, or we can do it in a single day, and I get you there by evening. Either way, we probably shouldn't delay too often. But is it a deal? Would you like me to take you there? Again, I'm going there either way.
yes,
I would
I
love the
will,
companionship.
I will speak to my companions, and if we agree to, we will meet up here tomorrow morning.
I would prefer you meet me at the entrance, at the gates, if you could.
Yes.
I'll assume if it, probably
If we don't
around
show up
sunrise. If you're not there, I'll
Yeah.
go by myself. That's fine.
Yeah.
I understand, but I would appreciate the company.
Of course, yes, I totally agree. Traveling alone is lonely.
Agreed. But is there anything else I can do for you since you're here?
Where are we again?
Hunters
You're in the Hunters Guild.
Would they have any, like, weapons or, anything?
So Lilith looks at you. Oh, you are a big, strong one. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Nothing too particular. There is one thing I'd like, but I don't need it right now. I don't think I'm ready for it. But, like, any, field, swords, axes, anything long range, anything really. I like weapons.
I mean, I can tell. We are a hunters guild. We have your generic, supplies, all for sale, of course. If you're looking to actually buy, though, I would recommend going down to the main marketplace, or the Great Hall, I would say, if you wanted to do some actual purchases. But if you're looking for, like a specific artisan to craft you something nice, the Artisans Guild is just down the road, or the Blacksmiths Guild could also see about forging new weaponry and armor, if that is what you prefer. But yes, like we have your generic hunter supplies for sale, but all of that would be found in the Great Hall.
Is there anyone else here who is also part of the Um, what was
Quote,
the
cult?
Yeah.
I use quotes with my hands.
So, while a lot of people have seen the members around, they don't, none of which have been particularly interested other than myself. I've chatted them up a few times, but not really anybody else as far as I'm aware in this guild. People don't really care one way or another as far as I'm concerned. Like, as far as like I've talked with them about, they don't really have a preference. But, you know, they let us kind of do what we want. But to answer your question directly, no, I don't believe there's anybody else that's particular about joining at this time.
If I may ask, if it's not too personal, what drew you towards them?
And she thinks for a second. I like the idea of the light, and I like being able to think that if I were to die, that a great deity could reach out their hand and bring me back. That's what draws me to them.
It's more so your fear of dying.
I say less dying, more that I enjoy living on this plane. So
More
I've been here for a
permanent,
mere
that's what
200.
I'm scared
Yeah, I don't really care to know what comes after.
Mm.
I've lived on
Yeah,
this
I can
plane for
see that.
250 years. Like
I see
I
that.
still have at least 1,000 to go before I'd be ready to leave it
250.
at all.
That's a lot.
I cover Hazel's mouth.
I've only been alive for.
I close their muzzle. They can no longer speak.
Lilith kind of just giggles a little bit. I would say that to
I've only been
other
around for
beings,
years.
250 years could seem like a long time, but to an elf, 250, you could consider that more just outside of just above adolescence, so early adulthood. In most elvish cultures, that would be considered just early entering into the adult phase.
Oh,
Makes sense.
so you're about the same age as me.
No, I'm definitely older.
Oh.
But as far as elf maturity goes, yes, I'm probably still more mature than you, but that's okay.
Yes,
I'm still here
definitely,
with you.
definitely.
But anyway,
Hazel leans down to
anything
Rune.
else I can do for
What
you?
does mature mean?
I'll tell you on the way back to the inn.
Okay.
All right. With that, we'll cut back to the main map. All right. Has everybody been satisfied?
Yeah.
Aside from
For
Bart.
today.
Hey, I am what I am.
You're a fighter. It's in your class name on what you do.
Fighter without a chicken.
The most
It's
powerful
me,
weapon.
I know. It's not a
Is there
chicken,
any-
it's jelly.
Is there anything else anybody wanted to do before you meet up back at the inn?
Question.
Answer.
Mages Guild. Could I have them check out my armor?
Ooh.
Your spooky
you could
armor.
very-
That's funny because I was thinking about that with the Blacksmith Guild.
Oh, can I ask one more thing in my orders in place too?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can.
See, so I'm thinking about going to the Mages Guild. This is just my thought process. Because there's like a curse put on the armor, and I'm hoping that someone there will be able to lift the curse.
Well, I mean, you could try the Mages Guild, that's for sure. You could also see about a priest. I'm gonna say that I mean, either one, you'll probably get an answer either way, I'm sure. But yes,
Mages Guild will send me to
Real
a priest.
quick.
The priest will send me to a mage.
Hypothesizing like he doesn't already know the answer he's probably going to give.
I am adaptive to the given situation. Thank you, Yablak. I am a benevolent and all-knowing god.
Oh god! I don't like
have
how you
power.
said that.
If all else fails, I should be able to assist you in like 1 or 2 levels.
Gotta wait it out, babe.
Jelly,
Wait it out.
what did you want to do while you're back at the Artisans Guild?
I'm trying to walking around looking at stuff.
You see various people working on various different projects. Some you can recognize. Some are just like elf trying to grow multiple different kinds of fruit on the same vine. Others are trying to make portraits using leaves and vines and greenery and just the natural wood of the land.
You do
Can I
that,
see
bunny!
who has like the most like
could you?
letters on the table or like commissions on their table?
I thought you
So as
loved
far as
me.
commissions on their table, you see the only summer ladron that's actually actively working on something that's not like a plant. It's gonna be this guy over here.
Okay. I grab Xerantha's hand and walk over to it.
Sorry.
Over here.
So this is where, so at the table you see several lights. They are definitely magically enhanced or enchanted to produce a warm glowing light. And as you're looking at essentially lamps, the Summer Ladron looks at you and says, "They're nice, aren't they?"
They're beautiful.
Yeah, you
Thank
seem to
you.
know what you're doing.
Yeah, do you
Why,
get,
thank
do
you.
get questions for this often? My friend here had a question for you.
I mean, I'm an artisan, so questions are kind of my thing. What can I do for you?
So you seem to know what you're doing here. Do you by chance know if there are any shops in the Great Hall that would sell cloaks like these or cult masks?
And I show him off, like, but like hidden down below.
That would sell them?
Or
No.
I would do like
them.
a.
Or
Do you like
craft them.
recognize? Yeah.
Like the stitching
I-
or something?
Like, I do recognize... Here, I mean, I don't really... Like, he kind of whispers a little, like, I know who you're talking about. Might I see the clothing? I might be able to tell you, you know, if it was one of our artisans, I could tell you, or if it was one of our clothiers, they'd be able to... They all have their own unique stitch. So if it's one of us, I'd be able to tell.
Yeah. I had disguised myself into like the cloak underneath my cloak, and I take off my top cloak, like kind of hide it a little so no one else sees, and then I hold out the mask.
Bashful.
He takes a look, thinks for a moment. I'm gonna roll for this. This will tell me if I gave you anything or not. Okay. So he thinks on it for a moment and says, "This stitching here on the arm, you see where it is crossed at the end, on both ends. You see where it's crossed here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That is typical signature of... Oh, what's his name? Yes. Marthas. But Marthas... They left, I want to say, maybe about... Oh, it's been well over a fortnight or more. I wonder if he got himself entangled up into all this mess. But yes, I can tell you the stitching was done by a clothier named Marthas.
Okay. And he kind of fake writes it down.
All right. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Not off
Do
the top
you know
of my
anyone at
tongue.
the? Do you know anybody that makes statues in the Great Hall?
Statues? Oh, we
Like
have
little
many people who
figurines.
work on statues. Oh, figurines. I mean, I do. I work with stone and wood, but the majority of us do at least basic level statue making. He kind of points, like, you see, it's like he points towards where you were. Well, not quite where you were at, but like, let me see. He points over here towards the green statues. That's kind of the basic level of any of our artisans here. Well, aside from Orabel, but Orabel's still new. They'll get there.
All of you doing pretty great work. Maybe in a few days, if I make it the gold, I'll take a class with you guys. But it looks pretty fantastic.
Well, thank you.
Sorry to bother you.
No.
Matthias or
Did Goat
Matthias,
Scream not go through?
The M word, that one.
Marthas?
Marthas, yes, thank you. What season are they?
Season? Oh, what type of Eladrin is he?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
so he would be a wee spring Eladrin. Yes, but do keep in mind, we Eladrin have the ability to change our seasons. As you put
Oh, do you?
magically. whatever we're
I think I broke the sound
have a
alerts.
trait
Oh,
that
wait,
allows us
actually, hold
to
on.
change depending on, really, mostly it's our mood, and if we like the way we look, if we don't like it, we can always change it.
I was about to say, it's like your
do
own
the same
personal
thing.
mood stone.
Exactly.
I take off. I lift my mask up, and then I show him his own face, and I change it into a Warbell. I do the same thing.
He takes a step back for a
put the
second. It's
mask
like,
back on.
yes, indeed you do. That's a little strange, but all right, to each their own.
You get used to it.
You just told me that you. Hold
There
on,
we
you
go, I
said you
fixed
changed
it.
Your looks like with your mood.
Yeah, typically it's the. I mean, we don't go from like a jelly-like substance to a full-blown elf, but usually we just kind of change our styles. You know, we can change the color of our skin, our hair, our clothing, etc., etc. We don't usually change into different types of creatures,
Yikes.
different humanoids. But I mean, you have a gift, and I'm not going to put down a gift. Use it however it serves you.
Thank you. If you ever need like someone to pose for you, I'm very versatile. I put my mask back on.
He gives you a smile and says, "I would actually appreciate that, but I'm currently working on something right now. But yes, like you said, if you come back in a few days, and we can talk from there."
Of course. I do a little bow, and I
Thank you
close
for
my
your time.
cloak, my top cloak, and change everything back to normal.
All right. And are you guys good?
Yep, we all do.
All right.
Jelly is always good.
You forgot to hold my
Jelly's always-
hand.
All right. Is there anything else anybody needed to do before retiring to the Bustling Breeze Inn? Or did people want to meet up at the Great Hall?
I can meet up at the Great Hall.
Yeah, we can meet at the Great Hall.
Let's say
I love
there was a
that.
few of you. There was a few of you that were kind of looking to go that way anyway, or anywhere else that you felt like going. Oh, did you want to go to the Mages Guild, Hazel?
Yes, please.
I'll tag along with you, babe.
Well, that would be fitting. Aurora and Virus, are you guys heading anywhere else?
Getting away from these damn mages.
Probably head to the Great Hall. That's pretty close to us. Something tells me Varus doesn't want to go to the temple.
River it is.
And Rowan's just gonna sit in the river and brood.
Yeah.
Gonna go fish.
Doesn't, you know.
Moment to
Especially
splash
when
in riddles.
we were first getting the in.
All right, let's start with the map that we haven't seen yet. All right, let me make sure I've got everybody that's going to be on that map here. All right. To the marketplace. All right, let me plop in the peeps. Is the sound off?
No, I'm just bowering.
You're just wallowing in self-pity.
Bow.
All right, what do we got? Where's Rorik?
Everyone except Hazel
for
and
you.
Rhea.
All right. Rowan, are you going to be there as well, or are you going to brood at the river?
Oh, I totally am there. Great Hall.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. I'll throw Jelly in there too. All right. Am I missing anybody?
Toast.
Toast.
Oh, that's because Toast is a companion. It's a rat.
He's the leader.
He is a key. He is key to this team functioning. Okay.
And I've been putting your health ring around just to make sure, because there's a lot of differing colors, and it just makes tracking purposes easy. All right. So as most of you meet up in the Great Hall, you see a bunch of bustling people going everywhere. There's stalls, mostly selling food, but some are selling potions, and others are selling armor and swords, depending from like the various guilds. Who wants to do what and where?
I want to look for a statue.
Thought this
Yeah.
was a food place. Is it? Is there any sugared pecans?
Ooh.
Nim
Soft
has
pretzels?
some.
Sugar
Soft pretzels.
What are soft pretzels?
Nacho cheese.
Is there a Cinnabon somewhere?
There's a
Where's
Taco
the
Bell somewhere.
Where's the Spencer's?
Candied acorns.
Everybody just stares at you blankly.
I
think I'm gonna
Nim
just
definitely
look
sells.
in the corner. Watch everybody.
You can brood in the corner and
I'm
watch
assuming
everybody.
this kind of would this be the stall I'm looking for?
Sure, why not? I mean, you can really kind
The
of.
other ones look like fish and food.
The
Fish store is
Automaladrin.
the place with armor, you know.
Yeah.
Fish
The
armor.
Automaladrin looks at you and says, "Welcome. What can I do for you today?
Hello.
Might you be
So?
interested in a crab or a lobster or some fish? Perhaps
they
some
No.
dead
more
or alive?
artisanal. Oh, they're all dead. They're fresh catch.
Artisanal, please.
Oh, yes. What can we do for you? We have some selection. She points to a wall of various trinkets. If you would like
Any-
something made, let us know. We might be able to find, or we might be able to actually make it for you here in house.
Do you have any wood carving?
Wood carvings, of course. What are you looking for in particular?
And an animal.
Well, you got to be more specific, my dear. What are you looking for?
Well, a small animal. I just want a small animal.
I mean,
I
can think of an animal and make one for you, unless there's one in particular you're looking for.
You have a fennec fox.
A divot box? Is that what you just said?
Fennec
A fennec fox.
Okay, I thought you
A
said
divot box.
I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Do you have a rat
divot fox.
statue?
A rat statue? That's an uncommon
Yes.
request.
A whittled one.
I mean, I don't have one on me. However, she turns a little bit. Do you prefer light or dark wood?
Dark wood.
Dark wood.
Of course. She bins a smaller piece of darker wood on a table, and she starts muttering some indecipherable words under her breath. But you can
Oh, them's fighting
watch
words.
as you can watch as the wood almost melts and reforms into the shape of a rat.
How do you do
Very
that?
similar to Toast.
Like, how do you do that?
Like this.
Can you teach me?
Uh,
I'll
Yeah,
give you $5
Jelly,
to
well
teach me.
So I will only charge you 3 silver for this rat.
You'll have to
Okay,
teach
I'll
me how you
take
did
it.
that.
All right. So take 3 silver out. I can plop a little statue in your inventory.
So since I'm small, is this gonna be like a big statue in my hands, or is it gonna be
So it's rat
small?
sized.
Okay, so it's gonna be bigger than my hands because Toast is bigger than my hand. Toast probably looks like a $5 foot long in my hand. Gotta be honest.
He's a big one. He's a big one.
Mhm.
Like holding a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your cat. Rat's your cat.
You said how much silver?
I said 3 silver.
Thank you.
Jelly slides a gold coin on the table. Now, about that trick of yours, how'd you do that?
She just smiles and says, "Well, it's magic, of course. It took me several years to master, but and she kind of slides the gold coin. I'm back to you and says, I couldn't charge you as this is not inherent or something I can really pass on right away. It takes years of practice.
You have a book? I can read.
I don't have a book.
You know what? He claps his hands together and rubs them together. And tries his best to mold his like jelly into a rat. How's this?
One sec.
Yeah. He keeps crafting away at it. Do you think the eyes would be a little bit higher, or? Threat. So, come back.
I'm not
you
leaving
get-
him, just backing up. So I can see
Say I
better.
was saying goodnight to the kids. So
The rat.
yes.
Jelly rat.
You
the
missed
jelly
the
rat.
masterpiece.
What did I miss?
I clapped my
The
hands together and rubbed them together and tried to form out of my jelly a rat statue.
Oh,
The Automalatron kind of just looks at you, assumes it's water that you're forming the rat out of, and
nods,
and just says, "Oh, that's great practice. If you wanted to try that a little more, you might be able to make one out of ice with that water.
ooh.
Yeah.
Just picture the form you want, And in essence, you need to just imbue that thought with what magical energy you have and make it real.
I clapped my hands together again, and I
You
try
want
to
to roll
form
me an
an
Arcana check to see if you can actually do it?
Yeah. I want to form it into a tree this time, though. Oh, a nat 20.
Did you fucking really?
Nat 20. I crit.
Yeah.
I form it into an autumn tree that has like the leaves still falling.
You make the best rat statue.
It's an autumn tree.
That
It's an autumn tree this time.
That this Eladrin ever say. She says, "Oh my goodness, I didn't know you were already such a master, and you were trying to pay me."
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I can't do anything besides
Like, I'm glad I gave the
water.
money back because that is just amazing. That is the best statue I have ever seen. The details so fine.
Thank you. But I can only form it out of this water.
Well, if you keep trying, you might be able to do it with other materials, but I would say you definitely have water down.
Thank you. They can't see it, but he's a little red under his mask. Oh, shucks, stop it. Anyway, have you seen this cult mask?
I mean that
Drastic
she
jump.
kind of looks like taken aback for a second. She's like, that particular mask, I have seen them around, like the being worn by these sort of like cultish looking people around town, but other than that, no, I haven't seen anybody. Like,
no.
If you're just asking a general question, yes, I've seen them around town, but
It's all right, guys. I'm back. I got a dog.
That's all I had to ask.
I'm satisfied now.
Open stalls here, right?
No, nobody. They don't really sell anything here. They mainly, as far as I'm aware, they just talk to people.
Okay. Well, thank you. And I look at the commoner next to me and make the tree in hand do a little dance.
The commoner looks at you, just completely amazed that you were able to do that.
Anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you for the statue.
All right, we're gonna move to somebody else. That's ridiculous, Joey. You wasted a nat 20 on that.
No, I needed
It
that
was
20.
worth it.
It was. All right, who's next?
I'll go next. I'm looking for a cloak.
So the stall that you're at right now, the Spring Eladrin looks at you. And as you say, you're looking for a cloak. He says, "Well, I do have a rack of cloaks here." He points off to the side. Anything in particular you're looking for?
I am hoping to find an enchanted cloak.
Ooh, those are rare and hard to come by, but let me see what I got. Go ahead and roll me a luck check to see if I can find it.
How does one roll a luck check?
Just a
We'll base
D20.
it a D20.
Okay.
This is just pure luck, pure happenstance.
Oh God.
Number.
Yes. An 18.
An 18. All right. So the Spring Eladrin looks through the various cloaks, touching the fabrics, kind of feeling to see which ones may have been woven with magic. And he pulls off the rack 3 different cloaks and brings them over. He says, "I've got 3 enchanted cloaks here." He feels the first one, trying to discern what it does. Oh, this one will help. Well, not only does it help keep you warm while you're wearing it, it also prevents you from freezing at night.
Okay. Okay. And the
and
others?
Hello, housekeeping.
And the others, let's take a look at this one.
Hello.
So this one, he's
housekeeping,
holding up a darker, almost midnight black cloak. This one, in particular,
You
I
floof
get the
my
feeling
pillow?
that it
You
was
are my
made
pillow.
with the purpose of stealth. The exact enchantments I don't know of. They were done at a little bit of a higher level than I'm currently able to detect. But I do know it was made with stealth in mind.
Hydration!
Okay, and your last one?
And this last one,
I'm all out of water
let's
now.
see. He's just. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm rolling in the background to see what I want to give you.
What was that? What was that in the background?
Probably a kid.
Probably my daughter.
Yep.
Hey, babe.
All right.
That was my soul running away.
Oh. Hey, babe.
So,
Yeah.
Can you get me a water?
No.
But,
Suffer.
damn.
But-
Suffer.
but Mama redeemed hydrate. How am I
Suffer
supposed to
now.
hydrate?
Drink from your own blood.
Okay.
Damn.
I guess, if I must.
Ketchup also works.
Yes, ketchup is a good substitute.
I have
For
Febreze. Will that work?
Yep.
Little too much on the
funny.
chemical
Oh.
side. Water only.
I mean, it'll make everything smell nice.
Are you saying your breast
Water.
stinks?
I was gonna say, does everything smell bad?
It smells like
do you
like
do you need a
lime.
breath mint?
Because I'm eating chips. Don't throw
could
it,
get a
please. There's a
coconut.
dog, and that's my non-dominant hand.
That's what he
Please.
said.
Please. Oh God, no! Come back. You're my only protection. Thank you.
All right. So the Spring Eladrin does find on this last cloak it almost
Color.
shimmers with a dark green. And he tells you that this particular cloak was enchanted with an illusion spell. One that kind of essentially keeps you from being from somebody knowing your precise location. Essentially, you could be standing right in front of the person and they may not even know you're,
Oh, God.
you're there.
Hold on. Let me finish my chip.
But it does seem to be a powerful
Oh,
illusion
God.
spell.
Oh God, you're trying to drown me.
What are your prices on the last two?
Oh, of course. So, looking at the
There is no
basically the
timer.
black cloak. This one I couldn't go less. $400 gold.
You killed the mama.
You killed
And the other?
Mama!
And the other, I mean, given the enchantments on this last one, I would say I couldn't let it go for less than 600 gold.
Your prices are ridiculous. But I respect it.
Well, if
You
you
are
do
asking
change
for
your
I
mind,
managed to not
you
spill
are asking
anything.
for enchantments, my dear.
So I think
you
I'm
want
good.
a basic cloak, I can give you a basic cloak. They'll cost you, 10, 15 gold. But if you want something that's, magical, enchanted, that will definitely run you a premium.
Oh, god damn it.
Take a basic black cloak.
Basic black cloak it is. He pulls out
Okay.
Just a black cloak from the rack.
I'm gonna need
and hands
to
it
find
over and says, "Here you are, my dear. That
little
would be 10
doggo's
gold."
fire hydrant.
I
If
just
this
kinda,
keeps
like,
up.
drop a stack of my gold coins on his counter. Thanks.
No, thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, all right. Let me make sure that we can add a cloak to your inventory.
Oh my god, you have a cloak too. Oh my god, cloak
You
buddies. Holy shit.
Not what I was hoping for, as I'm quite poor, apparently.
Yes, I also
You
scarce
are-
my money.
You are a level 4.
Yes.
Oh my god, Zoomies!
But it'll have to do the trick.
Ah, it went away. Give me a second. Yeah. Add a color. It didn't want to let me do it. I'm gonna add it anyway. I'm gonna add it to your backpack.
Okay, that works.
I spelled cloak wrong. God damn it.
Mama, you almost killed my wife.
I noticed. It was worth it.
The jump scare was perfect time.
I know.
There we go. I fixed it.
I
Okay.
feel like it was all intentionally planned out that way.
Yeah, 5
Definitely.
hydrations and then a jump scare. Yes.
Choke on the water.
That's right. All right. Well, Yeblek got her cloak. Anybody else need anything?
I'd like to look at armor real fast.
Of course. All right. So, I mean, you can really go up to any of the stalls, really. They show food, but they've got other items too. All right. So you go up to this Autumn Ladrin and says, "Hello, sir. What could I interest you in? Some food, some wares? I've got a mix of the two."
Would you happen to have a pair of studded leather armor?
Studded leather armor? Well, let's take a look here. I'd say that's more of a blacksmithing thing, but we might have something in the back for you. Give me 1 second to take a look.
While they're walking towards the back, I walk up to Auroric. Psst. Psst. We picked up the name. What was the guy's name? Matthias? Matthias? One of those names.
Potato.
I'm not going to correct you. I'm just going to let you.
Maticus. Something with the M. But they're a tailor. Okay, bye.
Bye now.
So, yes, the Autumn Eladrin comes back and says, "Yes, we do have some studded leather armor for you. Typically, these go for about 45 gold. But I mean, it's been sitting in our wares for a little while here. I could go as low as you know what, I'll give you 50% off.
What the heck?
Oh. Well, I
Since we've been-
would definitely
since we-
appreciate it.
So it'd be about 23 gold. Oh,
All right.
does that sound good to you?
Absolutely.
All right, you can. I'll say. You want? I can add it to yours, or you can add it to your own inventory. Either way,
I think I can just add it.
that's fine. The custom items I can add, but when it's a standard thing in D&D, you can add it yourself. Should be easy to find. All right. Anything else from you or anybody that looking for something in particular? Varus?
I don't know.
Looking
It
at
sounds
you.
like everything's really expensive. Unless there's some, seems like everything's just kind of sitting around. Is there any weapons or anything that are around that may be unattended?
Unattended, not within direct eyesight. As far as the stalls go, everything is pretty segregated to each individual seller. So all of the food is right in front for people to look at, while a lot of the clothes and stuff are directly to the side. Nothing usually is directly behind anybody in particular because they are aware that thieves exist. But that's not to say that things can't and aren't stolen. It's just they understand this is a marketplace and things exist. People get thoughts.
Who's got the weapons?
So you could see that the Summer Ladrin off to the side here has some weapons, as well as the Summer Ladrin up towards the top would have some as well. Just from what you can see from your vantage point.
Okay. Well, I'll come over here. I'll chat.
The Summer Ladrin says, "Yes, you look like a person who is knowledgeable about many things. I have many things to sell. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?"
What kind of weapons do you got?
Well, we've got a mixture of swords. We've got several axes. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for? I have it in stock, or I am good friends with the blacksmiths, and their guild.
Anything enchanted or special or anything of that nature?
Oh, you're looking for enchanted gear. That, my friend, while we do carry enchanted weaponry, it does depend on, cost is going to depend on what you're looking for. Are you looking for something that, you could toss and go directly into your enemies? Or are you looking for some sword that's enchanted with, a bright light to blind your foes? Or are you just looking for something that won't fall out of your hand? We've kind of seen the gamut.
Not much of a thrower. As I lift my warhammer and drop it onto their table.
I'm gonna roll a check to see if the table breaks.
What kind of check?
Well, it'll pretty much be a. Well, I would say con, but it's a table. Let's say an opposed strength check.
Or let's see how heavy I drop my hammer onto their table.
That too.
So strength check.
Yeah, roll me a strength check. I'll roll an opposed strength check just to throw that up.
Oh, I set it down gently.
All right. Yeah, so I got an opposed strength of 12. So yeah, you lay it down gentle enough, like enough to where it kind of thuds as it comes down, but definitely doesn't leave a lasting mark on the table. And the merchant goes, "Ah, yes. So you are absolutely a soldier or a fighter. Honestly, again, I'm not sure exactly what you would want to be looking for from me. I mean, it also, again, depends on how much you're willing to spend."
So Peggy, what's something that might be like what would be
Good
a
time,
weapon
baby.
that would be like a +1, like Warhammer or anything like that?
Well, let me take a look. Boop, 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 boop. It's loading, it's loading. So, for a +1 Warhammer, we'd probably be thinking between 1 to 200 gold.
Okay. But you've heard about this cult, right?
So, in character, the Summer Ladrin looks at you and says, "You say this cult? I have seen many come and go in my lifetime. Which one are you referring to?"
I've heard many rumors about people being seduced into joining, and friends and loved ones are being disappeared into this cult. Who's to say that this uprising may not affect your business? I'm here to put an end to it.
Well, I haven't heard of an uprising per se.
Yes, well, you are a merchant, and I am the adventurer, so you probably don't go seeking out the same information that I do.
Precisely. I mean, I do deal with weaponry. As far as an increase in weapon sales goes, personally, I haven't seen a whole large increase, but there have been talks amongst the blacksmiths of more. I mean, there's been an increase of like short swords and I would say probably daggers as well. That's not always an indication of war, but
the party of cult members that attacked my company and I on the way into the city, they didn't use weapons. They were using magic. So think what hundreds of people using magic, and by I don't know much about magic, but they did kill one of my company. So not the nicest of stuff. An army of them coming into the city. How do you think your wares would fare then? Give me a little deal. Help me and my company prevent that from happening to this city.
You could go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. just to see
Can
how
I
persuasive.
can I do that with a little bit of intimidation behind that?
Oh, you could absolutely roll an intimidation check if you wanted to go that route.
Yeah.
Seemed pretty mid to me, man.
I know. But I do have my lucky stone, so it's still, only a +1 to that, I think.
Yeah. So it's a 13.
Yeah.
So the Summer Ladron who doesn't assume to be swayed one way or another. He looks at you pretty sternly and just says, I can tell you that if there is an increase in weaponry to go against whoever, that would not be found in my stall, but I can also tell you that there are a lot of magic users. A lot of them in the city, but
Yeah, I ran into a few of them. A lot of help they're gonna be.
Yes,
a lot
they
of
do tend
talk
to be
and a lot of
cryptic.
riddles.
They do tend to be a bit cryptic. That sometimes tends to be elves in general. But I'm sorry to hear about your travel companion. But I can tell you, we seem to be okay within the city walls at this point in time. If that does change, though, if our paths cross again, I will let you know. But also, if you would like to purchase a new hammer, I can also see what I can do for you.
So as he was talking about everything being good and fine and safe inside the walls. I'm just going to turn away and kind of mumble loudly under my breath. It's not what my friend's vision told him, and then start to walk away.
So while he pretends that he didn't hear you, he does look a little more uncomfortable, but wary to keep an eye out on the people who are making purchases. Going forward, though, I think Rowan had something they wanted to try.
Yeah. So you said the cloak, the stealth cloak, is over at Volmar.
Yeah, Volmar.
I wanna stealth over there.
Make me a stealth check.
Okay.
I give the power of toast flows through you.
Toast.
Basically a bless.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Plus
with my
4.
+7 +4, so 15.
A 4 or D4? There's a difference.
Like I rolled
D4.
Oh, I have to roll a D4. Okay.
Oh, I
So,
definitely didn't do that.
Wait, let me check.
I just added 4.
Can add
You had
D4, yeah,
such
my
a
bad.
good roll anyway. What?
Yeah, you're already at 19. It's plus D4.
So I do roll a D4. Fuck.
Yes.
Okay. Did it roll? Okay.
This benefit can be used. No, man. Ignore what I
Wow,
said.
that was a 4 anyway.
4, yeah.
All right, let me look at their stat block and see what.
Can I also
perception
use the
would be.
help action too?
All right, I'll give you. How would you like to help Rowan in this particular
I'm
context?
Chatting up a storm with Volmar. I'm like, hey, I saw, in the looks for a certain tailor. Are you friends with a bunch of tailors around here?
Oh yeah, yes. Of course, I'm friends with a bunch of tailors around here. We're all artisans and craftsmen in this particular part of town. As he's chatting up Jelly, I will give you the help. Let you do the help action on that. You can re-roll your stealth check.
Me?
No extra D4. Yeah, you, Rowan.
Oh shit.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
Damn.
all right. Damn, I was really hoping you wouldn't get that, but oh well. All right.
Fuck, it's like I'm a rogue or something.
Now roll me a sleight of hand check to see if you can actually grab the right cloak. All right, I'd say with a
Wow.
19, you're able to get. You're able to grab.
Okay.
Oh, the cloak of displacement from the rack. You horrible people.
You know you love it.
Oh, you're all terrible people.
I am gonna pass temporarily at the moment. Pass my the cloak I just purchased, Jelly.
Discreetly, right?
Yeah, discreetly. Very discreetly. I just kind of shove it into his back.
I absorb it through my chest.
Oh, jeez.
And I want to use my my pseudopod. Wait, did you got the cloak, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, Rowan got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I kind of want to say thank you so much for all your work you do. Working for someone named, damn it, his name keeps going up in my brain. Marthas. The goat. God.
It's
God, is that you?
Marthas.
Marthas. You know what?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna pee my pants.
Do you know a tailor named Marthas, by any chance?
Marthas, yes, he and I had lunch together. Oh, it must have been. Oh, good lord, it must have been several months ago. Could have swore I remember just like yesterday, but yes, I do know Marthas. In fact, it has
Okay.
been a while since I've seen him. I'll have to catch up with him at some point.
I kind of gesture. Toast to pull Rowan away.
Yeah.
All right, Rowan, you're able to sneak away with the cloak.
Alright.
Are you gonna keep the cloak, or are you gonna hand it off to Yeblek?
I'm gonna give it to Yeblek when it's not right here in the market, but
All right,
I
I'll
wanna
throw it
shoot.
into their backpack just so we know that it's there.
I want
That's
to
where we're gonna stay for
walk
right
up-
now.
I want to walk around to the side of him and kind of shoot my pseudopod with the cloak inside of it into the bushes behind him. And while I'm talking to him, if I need to roll anything, let me know. And say it's with this stitching, and I kind of show him the cultist cloak.
Like, oh, yeah, I do recognize that stitching. Yeah, that is most definitely the work of Marthas.
And he's been missing. Has there been any noticeable unnamed tailors in the area that have worked on anything similar to this that you've noticed besides on the cultists, obviously?
Not that I've noticed. No.
Okay.
So that's the
Well, thank
first
you.
I've seen of that. Thank you, though.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean,
thank you for your time.
Of course. And with that, we will end the session.
Damn, guys.
Bow.
Nice. That was funny.
That was great.
Y'all are terrible people.
I didn't do nothing.
of course I only roll good when I'm being a criminal.
Right.
That is your class. You are the crime
Degenerate.
class.
Checks out.
All right. Well, that was fun. And we'll see you guys again in 2 weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good. Thank you, everyone, for making my
Yep.
dreams come true. You're
What
welcome.
dreams?
You always dreamed of being
Really love you.
a criminal?
I dream of
Yeah.
having that cloak.
Dream big.
Okay,
Mm.
I don't care how I
dreamed of
got
being
it.
a criminal. My dreams also came true.
Yeah.
That's right.
You don't know how she got the cloak. Maybe you just think Rowan is rich.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I am
All
rich.
right,
I
y'all
have
have a good
69
night.
coins. That is wealth.
We'll see you.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay, good night,
Good night.
everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, guys. Bye.
Good night.
Love you.
Bye.
Ditto.
Bye.
They drop like flies.
Quite the
As
session.
they do. Moo
By the way,
Moo
The
woo.
fly
thank you.
returns.
Thank you, Dookie.
Got you. I don't know what I did. Thank you.
You helped me when I was having
Oh, yeah,
stage
yeah.
fright.
No worries. I talk too much.
That's why I wanted you in my group.
So
Alright,
I
love you
really
guys.
want to get this armor off me, so I'm hoping that the mages can like do some magely stuff and get it off.
You want to ask
Hopefully.
a riddle? A riddle
At
3.
the very least, once I get to next level, I can cast Remove Curse.
Nice.
So if they
Save all the
can,
money.
hopefully after this chapter, you will be able to get that off.
And then I'm never wearing any armor again. I'm gonna stay naked.
You think if Jelly puts on the armor,
No,
it'll
no
merge?
loincloth.
He can get out of it.
Not even a loincloth. Full nudity.
Just
birth suit.
full on fur.
I wonder, would you get locked up? Wait, what
I don't
does
know.
this outfit do again?
Bad things. We haven't actually been told.
Okay. We're just trying to hurry and get it off before it actually starts happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alright, alright.
Well,
Alright, good night.
good night.
And then there were 4.
Yeah.
Well, we're moving over to the screen now.
Whoa.
Perfect.
Get your butt out of my face.
No.
Help.
Here, I can make it even better. Hang on.
Help. No.
Here.
God damn it, I need to hydrate. No! Get away from me!
Yeah, pets. Okay, I move.
Okay.
Hello, weirdo.
All right.
Oh,
Wild Lumen disappeared.
Oh, goodbye, Lumen.
got finished this essay before 11:59.
You better go.
See you. Oh, have fun. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Who am I raiding tonight?
Ooh.
I'll leave it up to you, Bunny.
Max.
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 Pinky. Oh, we have two options. We have Max and we have Pinky.
Max. I vote Max.
Oh, God.
I vote
Oh.
Max.
Oh, God, Bunny's thumping. Pinky didn't recognize you? Oh God, I need your help. Is it Pinky SL or Pinky TG? Because I don't. Okay, no, Pinky TG is streaming. I haven't seen Pinky SL in a while. Do Max, but Pinky next time. Okay.
Tears in my eyes.
You have tears in your eyes? Let me lick them. Lup.
See? I
Lup.
have tears in my eyes.
Well, you know what? I'ma lick them.
No, this is my stream.
No.
Now I'm getting swallowed.
Nom 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 nom. Anyways, okay, so we are going to be rating Max. If it pops up. Chances are it's not gonna pop up. It didn't pop up. Okay, there we go. Let's pop it up again. Where is Max? There's Max. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a follow and join my Discord. Apparently, I need to relink something. I don't know. It's not doing the Discord. Okay, hold on. Discord. If you are a... So there you can keep up to date on whenever I stream, upload, tweet, or just come chat with some amazing, fantabulous people like Bunny and Mama. If you are a subscriber to the channel, I can't do raid calls, apparently. If you are a subscriber, here is your raid call. If you are a follower, here is your raid call. That is going to do it for me. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.
Nom 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 nom.
Nom 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 nom.
I'm eating your wire for your microphone. Nom 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 nom.
Oh? I feel like I'm like when someone calls you fish in prison.